All right, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass podcast. Kind of after show, but we just did an episode on the drones, pretty in depth in New Jersey, and some new information over the last couple of days has come out. I wanted to do an update and get back into it, but where I'm at with this is one of the big prepping channels on YouTube is really pushing hard on that it may be drones searching for a nuclear device, a dirty bomb, or a rogue, nuclear stuff taken from somewhere, something like that, and that the drones are out looking for it. Um, I, to be honest, it's as good of a theory as anything, just because of the fact that our government keeps saying they're absolutely not ours, and then,
Mhm,
well, we know what they are. You don't need to worry about them. Or they say they're just helicopters and planes, and you're an idiot. Well,
mhm.
that doesn't make any anything. It's just kind of crazy. So here's a clip, and you tell me if you think it's helicopters or planes, Kevin. Did that look like a helicopter or plane to you?
No, I don't know what that was.
But it wasn't a helicopter, or no helicopter you've ever seen.
Mm-mm.
Am I right on that?
That's correct.
Okay. So and they're just everywhere. They had them at the local dog park my wife was showing me, and I'm in North Carolina, so we had them
Mhm,
like right here again this week, and it's just, these big, and the thing is there's so many that look the same. Now, I am sure that a ton of these sightings are helicopters and planes, and people are like,
mhm.
"Look, there it is. There's a drone," whatever.
Right.
People are idiots, right? But if you throw a little confusion into anything,
Mhm,
then you end up with just, "Oh, well, none of it's real. See, it's all fake. Well, I can prove this one's a fake." Oh,
mhm.
okay. Or I can prove this one was, Mickey
Right.
Mouse coming in on the helicopter. Well, okay, but so that's the kind of thing. But I all right. So that's one take, right? Is that the nuclear thing. I I at first was reluctant and thought that was kind of silly and whatever. But then it was funny. I was watching one of our listeners turned me on to the Sean Ryan podcast, and he had some amazing guests that I did like. Um I am indifferent on Sean Ryan. That wasn't what I was saying. But the what he had a guest on there talking about the theory of it being a nuke and people looking for nukes. And the guy
Right.
was like, I think he was a former Navy pilot or something. And he was like, "Look, I have all these friends in the intelligence world, and they told me we would be staring at our screens all day looking for things, trying to figure it out if we thought there was a nuke loose somewhere, and we're not doing that. So it's not true."
Mhm.
But everything else I saw in the interview kind of took away from the credibility, and like just made me like, yeah, are you just another guy lying to me? That's it, just didn't sit well. And so I still kind of don't know. And that's the answer. And we keep getting, well, there's been drones all the time.
Right.
And I believe there have been drones flying around military bases, and
Right.
people going, "Oh," because they're like, "Yeah, it's been happening for the last 3 years. You guys are just dumb. It's always been that way." We always like to go with that one. It's always
Mhm.
been that way, and you're just stupid. And yeah, that's not helpful or making me feel better.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Kevin?
Well, I know that, um, there were a bunch of sightings over, Earl Naval Weapons Station, and they said that they keep a lot of, nukes there, but I was stationed there for 2 years. I never even knew that there are nukes there. I never knew anything about that. I mean, the base itself is tiny, you know? It has a lot of like train tracks that come into it from different places and things like that, but the base is not very large. It's right there right across the harbor from New York City. You
Yeah,
can see the city from the base.
yeah,
But um, another thing that I heard was that this was a corridor set up by the Biden administration for NASA to test drones over, but also that was like just gibberish. Like, my friend told me that you know, his
Yeah.
friend is cousins with a guy who knows somebody who saw something once, you know? It
Yeah,
was kind of that
exactly.
sort of rumor. It wasn't any substantiated stuff. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is, at bare minimum, the government knows a lot more than what they're telling us.
Touche. And somebody's lying to us. Kevin,
Mhm.
and that's the thing, like, you can't say that the government is not lying because they've lied 8 different ways. Like,
Right.
they contradict themselves.
Mhm.
So that's where it all just falls apart and doesn't
Right.
make
You gotta pick
sense.
one good story and stick with it. You can't just keep changing it up every other day.
That's just awkward and embarrassing, and you just embarrass yourself when you talk like that.
Mhm.
Um, but who knows? Anyway, it's crazy to me. Now, Kevin, yeah, one of our guys said maybe aliens, and
Mhm.
I would say those drones don't look like aliens. However, we have been seeing this orb. Have you heard about this, Kevin?
Yes.
I got a clip. Yeah.
Let's see.
A lady in New Jersey has recorded an orb, not a drone, flying near her house. When she zooms in, you can clearly see that it's not one of these man made drones.
So you see, it's that's an orb. That is something weird. Now, do I think we absolutely have the technology to put something like that up in the sky, man-made? Like to me, no, it doesn't look like a traditional man-made orb, but
Mhm.
you've seen those glass balls that we can make light do
Right.
that, right? Man can make something that does something like that and whatever. Could it be man-made? Absolutely. Um, what's your take on that one, Kevin?
Well, I mean, one, what would be the purpose of it other than freaking people out, which seems to be the opposite of what they're trying to do. It seems like they keep saying, "Oh, there's no danger here, no danger," and we don't have any idea what it is, but it's
No, I
not
think
attacking us yet.
right. There's a lot less sightings are talking about the orb than
Hmm.
rest.
And I see people show clips and be like, "Look, this is clearly a helicopter," or "Look, this is
Yeah.
clearly," but that's not all the only thing that's up there. And it just seems like they keep blowing smoke up our ass and you know, what
Yeah.
is the phrase? Piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. It's
Yeah.
that sort of bullshit
Say it's
that's
raining,
coming
but you're
from the government.
pissing down my back, something.
Yeah.
All right. Now that's it. So yeah, we just wanted to touch back because there is that new stuff going on, but it's Christmas lights, right? That's what Slow says.
Hmm.
And
Now the
hey, that's why they're red and white. I
yeah,
don't know.
the FAA just banned drone operations over, most of these areas in New Jersey.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we should see either
That's
they're willing to break the law or they're not willing to break the
right.
law. So
And
let's see what
and
happens.
yeah, exactly. That was the big thing is they're like, "Oh, well, because there's signals in public airspace and out in town, they're like, "Oh, we wouldn't be able to even track where the signal's coming from without a warrant." And I'm
Hmm.
like, "That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life." Because if I call somebody, the NSA is listening. So
Right.
I just find that hard to believe. But anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking around. We just wanted to do an update and kind of check in with you guys, but time to get to work, I guess. So, with that, I'd say stay safe and we will talk to you guys next week.